Welcome to Preecaaap UFC Paris. Imavov versus Borralho. How'd you like the break? I needed it. And you know what? I need a break tonight. I'm exhausted today, but we're going to get through this anyway. So how you doing, Real Fight Picks?
Honestly, I'm a fucking glutton for UFC. If I could watch UFC like baseball, like if they could have it every day, I'd be watching it. So I definitely was missing something last weekend, and I think I was paying attention to the other, weird fights that were on the Misfits. Right? Was that on or some shit like all the bare knuckle or the dirty boxing? I was watching a bit of that, so that was cool. Very cool, actually. That dirty boxing I like better than all the other ones. The Mike Perry's little promotion. It's not bad. It's very exciting. They made the rules really good. It was actually really cool.
All right, I'm gonna share this last week on our Tapology, BC Dave's Murderers Row.
Johnny K. Picks finally won. He's never won. That's his first time.
He did finally got first place. Yep.
There we go.
And I came in at fourth, next on the list, and then there's Dave down there at 11. Dave can't join us tonight. I think, what do you say? His parents are in town, and he's messed up on his he had leg surgery, so he's messed up on the drugs that they gave him. So he said he just couldn't do it. So be it. It is what it is. So we're just gonna go through this roughly on our own, but it should be okay. We'll make it through. We got UFC Paris, and this is going to start, I think, noon for me Eastern time tomorrow, which is decent. That means so for you it would be like 9 o'clock in the morning, right?
Oh yeah, I love the Paris card.
That Chinese card. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch that thing. So this would be I could sleep in a little. All right, let's get into this. Like I said, I'm exhausted. I just want to struggle through this. So the curtain jerker, the first fight of the card, we've got Mama B, Shauna Bannon. She's the Irish fighter taking on Sam Hughes. Oh, this is an easy pick for me. Sam Hughes is going to dominate this girl. This girl doesn't know how to wrestle. All she knows how to do is like a crappy like bounce on one leg kickboxing style. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of females do it, and it's just she is a very attractive woman. She's very fun to watch. But yeah, I don't see Shauna Bannon getting a win here anyway. I think Sam Hughes is better everywhere except for on the feet. But I think Sam Hughes is going to make it so it's not on the feet. That's my pick. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I will share a little bit of face-offs, though, as Real Fight Picks breaks the fight down on his end.
Hey, I want to welcome anybody who's here. Do we have anybody here in the chat at the moment?
It says 2.
Well,
fuck them.
Maybe that's just me and you.
We don't do it for them. Come on, we're doing it for us.
Worries. I was just gonna, say hello. So hello to those that are here. You're gonna get some real fucking picks from Mr. Real Fight Picks right now.
Yeah, they'll chime in.
Honestly, my brother,
once they get here, our regulars will be in there.
Yeah, I broke this down and I looked at it.
See, we got a guy.
Hey, welcome, Gabe. Hey, you know what, Gabe? I put time and research into this, so welcome to the chat, and hopefully you get something out of this. But I don't think it's. I mean, here's the thing: it's 3-1. Sam Hughes, are you fucking kidding me? She's 10-6. Like, they're treating this, even you, like this is Kamzat, versus Bo Nickel, or maybe that's even a worse example. But like some kind of killer like this. Sam Hughes is not a killer. Okay, she has a great cardio because of what I learned from you. She was in the like track and field, steeplechase, whatever.
Yep.
Great cardio. I was really surprised how she manhandled Elise Reed with the ground and pound. I was really surprised by that. And I want to say that that's where Shauna Bannon is as far as talent-wise goes. But Shauna Bannon, regardless of that standing on one leg little sprinkler kick that she does, You know, she has been raised in kickboxing. You know, her parents, I believe, owned the gym. You know, she's just been since she was little. And that's the same story for Elise Reed. So, you know, by default, I should be picking Sam Hughes because she's already beaten that kind of
Don't say
opponent.
Elise Reed. It's yeah.
No,
Oh,
I'm
you
saying
mentioned
that
Elise Reed.
Sam Hughes destroyed Elise Reed with ground and pound. And and Elise Reed and Shauna Bannon have similar karate only backgrounds. They're not real mixed martial artists. But for the fact that it's in Europe, for the fact that Sam Hughes has never fought internationally, there's a chance she could be maybe jet lagged, that her cardio is not going to pull through. And this fight could be a lot closer than we think, and that there's a chance that the win because of the attractiveness. And Sam Hughes is not gonna do anything in the UFC. She's 10-6. You got Shauna Bannon 7-1. Everything besides the looks is more attractive. Her record's more attractive, and so she's super marketable. I feel like if there's a chance to fucking rob Sam Hughes, like it's really gonna happen here. And if you want, we could t-shirt bet, and I'll just do t-shirt to t-shirt because I feel like it's that close. I feel like the line, at least I'm going to look right in the fact that if Sam Hughes doesn't come out and destroy Shauna, if she wins one round, I'll at least be able to say, you know what, you know, I could at least hold my head up high. So it's up to you. I'll t-shirt bet you.
I will t-shirt bet you, but I'll give you the look at least. She's a decisionator, so and split decision. She lost this one, so Shauna Bannon definitely has, and plus she's got the home crowd behind her, so she definitely has an edge when it comes to if there's going to be like a sway on the judges. I imagine Shauna Bannon will get it, but as for fighters though, Sam Hughes she's just better everywhere. But I'll take your t-shirt bet. Love it.
All right.
Let's I gotta pull up don't mind. I gotta pull up what's it called? DraftKings. I gotta see the odds. Well, actually we just use Tapology for right now.
The
odds on this fight
3-1.
What?
Roughly 3-1 odds there.
Tapology has it. I believe last time I checked, Sam Hughes was minus 335. That's disgusting. And for Sam Hughes, and plus 270 for Sean O'Bannon. I keep seeing O'Bannon, but it's just Bannon. Sean O'Bannon. But yeah, I got Sam Hughes confidently. But I appreciate you giving me that t-shirt bet. Thank you for the t-shirt. All right. So let's move on up the card because I am feeling like shit. But next up the card, we have a welterweight fight between Renat Fakhretdinov and Andreas Gustafsson. Let's see their face-off, how they look. These boys after the beautiful women leave here. We got. Man, look at Bannon's butt. Beautiful girl. So we got Renat Fakhretdinov, the Russian guy, Russian fighter. He's 24-2-1. He's on a little streak, but they're like close calls, right? Close fights. And he's taking on a newer fighter. This is the guy. He got all these Celtic runes. Andreas Gust, and let me get a better freeze frame here. Okay, they size up pretty well. Now let's break them down in Tapology. So, all right, let's see. We got Renat Fakhretdinov, the Gladiator. I knew he was on a streak here. His last 5, he's coming off a win against Carlos Leal. He beat Nicholas Dalby in a split decision, which I commend his cardio for going. The Nicholas Dalby comes at you the entire time, doesn't give you a break. He had that draw against Elijah Zaleski. He beat Kevin Lee with submission and Brian Battle, which is probably one of his better wins here, even though Brian Battle got cut because missing weight. What a retard. But he's taking Andreas Gustafsson, who came in. He's only got 2 fights. He's got 1 fight in the UFC, one in the Contender Series. That's how he got in here, Contender Series. They had 1 win against Chaos Williams. I have really no idea why Andreas Gustafsson is the slight favorite here. I think the lines are messed up, but I did watch the the guy that does all the predictors and combines them. And hey, Gerald Lynch, how are you? And he said, and I guess let's see what Tapology says. And look, Tapology too, 59% taking Gustafsson over Fakhretdinov. I know Fakhretdinov's look like crap in his wins, but dude, it sucks to watch him because his cardio slacks and he doesn't look like he has the will, but he does enough to get by. And I think he's going to do enough to get it done here. I don't know if he's going to knock out Mr. Viking Runes. What's his name? Gustafsson. But I like that. Look at, he's got grappling matches against Craig Jones. He beat Douglas Lima. I like the extracurricular grappling stuff. And I think he's going to use this wrestling to his advantage against Gustafsson, because you look at Andreas Gustafsson, whatever, his path to, it says Greco-Roman wrestling, but you look at his fights, he have extracurricular grappling? Oh, no, he doesn't. He's going against a lot of these guys. Chaos Williams, he can't grapple worth a shit. So I'm saying he's never been against a good, like, decent wrestler like Renat Fakhretdinov has that wrestling ability. And that's why I think they got the lines mixed up. I think this is a spot where I'm going to take the plus money on Fakhretdinov, and I feel good about it. And I'm willing to, I'll t-shirt bet this shit too. But I'm going with the underdog, the plus money guy, Renat Fakhretdinov, over the 1 fight in the UFC, Andreas Gustafsson. Remember, he's got 1 fight in the UFC, making him a favorite over Renat Fakhretdinov. I don't get it. So I'm taking the spot on the dog here. What do you got?
Well, while you were talking, I was trying to see, because I read something that, it says right here, he's Andreas Gustafsson captured silver, defeating top fighters like Christian Leroy Duncan and Joseph Luciano before narrowly losing in the final in this 2018 IMAF World Championships, which is a mixed martial arts tournament.
In 2018?
In 2018.
Fakhretdinov was wrestling Craig Jones in 2024, in April of 2024 at Karate Combat. Just saying. But okay. Silver medal in a bullshit league over in Europe in 2018, or against the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist there is in Craig Jones in 2024. I know he lost by triangle choke, but still, he did it. I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, I got you. Silver medal.
And then also too, we don't have Dave here, but let me just I'm just going off of memory, and I'm on a beer. If you guys are familiar with the show, I do never drink. But I wanted to say that he also had a lot of takedowns in his fights, Gustafsson. So let's see. I want to say that's correct. He had 8 takedowns. He took down Chaos Williams 8 times, and he took down this guy named Pat Pitlick on the Dana White Contender Series 2024 twice, and he knocked him out in the second round. I'm going to side with you still, because he's still kind of unproven. I think if Renat fought Chaos Williams, he probably could take him down 8 times too. And I think this fight is going to remain standing. So I want to see how that goes for Andreas, because Renat has been proved
through these stats for Dave, because Dave's absent. So, all right, striking. All right, the one on the left is Gustafson. The one on the right is Fakhrudinov. Striking, we got Gustafson's at 5.83 significant strikes per minute compared to 4.78. Not bad. Here's the accuracies at 76%, which is much higher than Fakhrudinov's 52%. The defense 45 to 53, whatever, that's close enough. Oh man, the grappling too. Gustafson's got the takedown advantage. He's got 6.43 average takedowns per 15 minutes, where Fakhrudinov's only got 3.9. Accuracy is 58%, 34. But the thing here is, you got to look at the quality of competition. Andreas Gustafsson has not faced the competition that Fakhrudinov has, like Carlos Leal, Dalby, these grappling matches, Eliza, Kevin Lee, Brian Battle, and then before that, look at this was just straight up regular wrestling against Igor Latoshik. Oh, Andreas Mikulaitis, this is the first time he was in the UFC, or this was debut against Mikulaitis. Eric Spicely, these guys are, and then you look at Gustafsson, and who's he? What names has he beat that are familiar outside of Europe? Okay, Chaos Williams. That's it. This Contender Series guy, Pat Pite. I don't even know who he is. I don't know any of these dudes down here. Dominic Schrober. I don't even. FCR. Come on. I don't know what the hell is that. I know Brave, and look, he lost to Jolton Luderbach. The one guy I do know lost to him. Lost to this Polish guy from KSW, Damian Jankowski, Murl Jurkovic. Look, I mean, come on. I mean, this guy's going against European. Oh, Christian Lee. That's amateurs, but he did beat Christian Lee Duncan. But look, amateurs back in 2018. So that shit doesn't really count. Okay. So yeah, I'm going with the upset here. I'm going with the plus money, as you are as well. I think we spent enough time on this fight. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah, Dirty Reg. I'm looking forward to it as well, and I'm taking the dog here.
What's that, Dirty Reg?
And what were the odds on this thing, real quickly? It was
plus money for Renat.
Yeah, he was the dog here. We got plus. Oh, it's near even. On Tapology, it says plus 105. Minus 125 for Gustafsson. So
and speaking on behalf of my
make the bet at the end of the night, I'll take the real live bet. But okay, moving on up the card. Next we have Brad Tavares, the veteran. He's got double-digit losses for my boy Brad Tavares. He's taking on newcomer Robert Preecaaap. This should be hands down easy pick for Brad Tavares, I would say, only because this Robert Preecaaap is who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? I don't know this guy. Let's check him out. We know all about Brad Tavares. We'll look at him too a little bit, but this Robert Preecaaap, 17-6. He's coming out of where's he training out of? He trains at Veto Team Bielsko Biala. That's in Poland. Oh, he lost to Ihor Potierio. That's not a good. Ihor Potierio sucks. Who did he beat? He beat what's his name on his retirement fight in Brazil.
Hold on just a second.
Shogun.
Ihor Potierio.
He beat Shogun.
Yes, he beat Mauricio Shogun Rua.
And that's it. Aside from that, Ihor Potierio is just hot garbage. I don't even know what this shit says.
I know. I thought I was the only one. I was like, did I change my shit to a different language? You gotta press the white button.
Okay. Ihor Potierio is look at all the red here, man. Look at all this red. He's only beat this guy, his last fight, Robert Preecaaap, and their Shogun. Aside from that, he sucks. Beat nobody in the UFC. Nobody. He's losing to, and then Mauricio Shogun. Mauricio, that was his retirement fight. He was old and he was already done. He He lost that fight before he stepped into the ring. He didn't care. So I can't take a guy that's coming in on his UFC debut against veteran Brad Tavares that lost to Ihor Potieria. I just can't do it. Brad Tavares isn't the greatest, but you know what? He does have veteran background. He's at a good gym. Well, Eric Nixick's been on a shitty run except for that, Johnny Walker victory, which was fluky because of that, the leg kick or whatever. Let's see. He beat Gerald GM3, Gerald Mearshart. That's decent. Jun Young Park, that was split decision. Jun Young Park is badass. I love the Iron Turtle. He's great. He got knocked out by RoboCop. All right, you can give him that pass. RoboCop's he's a hard puncher. He beat Chris Weidman, American wrestler. Lost to Bruno Silva and Dricus du Plessis. Come on. So I mean, this guy, I know he's got some L's here, but look who they're to. Israel Adesanya, unanimous decision. That's a horrible one. Edmund Shabazian, round 1 left head kick, but you get caught. You get caught with a kick in the head. But I mean, I'm just saying, I'm heavy on Brad Tavares. I think he should be able to do what he wants with this guy, but I could be wrong. I don't know much about Robert Preecaaap, but so far I'm not impressed. So unless you tell me something I don't know, I'm going to go with the veteran Brad Tavares to get the win here tomorrow in France. What do you think?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm gonna keep it a fucking 1,000. It's as crazy as it is. I did pick Robert in Tapology via first round KO because he has a bunch of them, and then you kind of just brought me back down to earth because I knew I felt silly doing it, but it's so hard for me, bro, to put any money or any confidence, and it doesn't matter who he's fighting. Brad Tavares could be fighting my baby sister. And it's so hard for me to get behind somebody who's been knocked out 5 times. And I think he got knocked out by somebody who sucks. Look
at Robert Preecaap's hat. Look at the hat. I might change my pick just because of that.
Me too. No, and also too,
that's
stupid. Also too is Robert fought that fight.
It's stupid. Look at his hat in the back. It's stupid. Brad Tavares, he's the real deal.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm going to make an argument for Robert, I'm just going to say that's his
24 karat gold right there.
What is that? His ode is to Rampage. But I want to say Robert.
No, he always wears chains like that.
Robert, he's fighting closer to his hometown. That fight was in America. That was his first time fighting, even though he lost to Ihor Potieria. You don't know what that traveling does. And he's dangerous in the first round. So I want to just forgive him for that shit performance versus Ihor Potieria, which is a lot to forgive. And say, okay, now you're fighting in your zone.
Before that, he was in Octagon before that.
But all I'm saying is, like,
16-5 guy. He is knocking people out round 1. I'll tell you that. Before he came into that roadblock called Ihor Potieria, he was knocking everybody out round 1.
He has a trick.
Some of these cab drivers.
Yeah, and what if that Silas trick works on Mr. Glass Chin? Remember, who barely beat Chris Weidman? How sad is that? I mean, Chris Weidman is like, the bionic man. He's put together by 1,000 different pieces. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Brad Tavares because I'm gonna change my pick. I'm gonna come back down to earth with you guys, and I'm gonna pick the sensible pick. Yeah,
and this guy Robert Preecaaap, he's 35. I know Brad Tavares isn't a young pup. He's a 37, but they're both up there on the wrong side of 30. It's I just don't like I can't take a guy that coming off a loss to Ihor Potieria.
And listen, if you look at it, Brad Tavares, should be like 6 or 7 straight losses. The only reason he has any wins is because he's one of those over the Bionic Man put together by 1,000 Pieces, Chris
He
Weidman.
beat Gerald Mearshart.
And the other one
recently
is Gerald Mearshart, who's, come on.
He beat him 4 months ago.
He's got 100 million miles on him. Okay, he's a 1987 Toyota pickup. That guy, Gerald Mearshart.
Keeps going though. They're good for 300,000. All right. So yeah, I'm still taking Brad Tavares. I don't care what.
Me too.
This guy hasn't shown me he's even UFC level. I don't think he's going to be either. Stay at Octagon, bro. All right. Moving on up the card. Next we have the welterweight fight between Cowie Fernandez and
no, you skipped one.
Welterweight. This is I did. Oh
Around
yeah,
Sam
I did.
Patterson.
Here's welterweight. Sam Patterson and Trey Waters. Ugh. This one is an interesting fight. Everybody that I've listened to is all over Sam Patterson, and I really don't get it because they're close in years, like 29. Sam Patterson, Trey Waters 30. Okay, they're I thought Sam Patterson was going to have a little height advantage. He does not. He's got the height. Here? Let's look at these. Look at these face-offs. He's got actually he's shorter by a little bit to Trey Waters, and I know Trey Waters is kind of like, he's coming off a bad performance. Who was it against? I'll check in a minute. I want to check these guys out. Sam Patterson on paper, he should do better. Waters. Here's Sam Patterson, favorite, and he's kind of cocky too. Up in this face-off, he gets a little cocky here. Watch. Well, I thought it was this one, maybe not. Oh, he wasn't that cocky. All right, let me go back a little bit, just to freeze frame. All right, so Sam Patterson, Trey Waters. All right, Trey Waters, the truth. He's coming off a win against Billy Ray Goff. Okay, unanimous decision. Before that, he beat Josh Quinlan. That's that fraud. Was he Korean or he's Hawaiian or something? He's like a fraud though, Josh Quinlan. He's like Asian mixed or something. Before that, he was in the LFA where he beat Jalen Fuller, and he lost in the Contender Series to Gabriel Bonfim. All right, then we got Sam Patterson over here coming off a win, TKO over Danny Barlow. That's a good win. Kiefer Crosby submitted him. That's a good win. And Johan Lioness, he rear naked choked Johan Lioness. He lost to Yanel Ashmouse before that from TKO, and that was his UFC debut. All right. So these guys, I think, I just don't. Sam Patterson right now is a minus 180 favorite. Trey Waters plus 150. But if you look at this, look at Patterson. 86% of the Tapology community vote. Waters only at 14. And I saw that thing, the predictor thing, and everybody, all the cappers, all of them are all heavy on Patterson. But I don't know. I think Trey Waters might shock everybody here. This might be another underdog spot for me. I'm gonna wait till I hear what you say, but I'm kind of on the fence. I was leaning Sam Patterson until I saw the face-off and realized Sam Patterson can't use his length. That's what I thought he was going to do. Like, do that, use that point fighting technique, stand up, But I don't know. Trey Waters might give him a test because he's a little bit longer reach and a little bit taller. What do you think? Real Fight Picks. Come on. Give me an edge. You're on mute.
Sam Patterson. Here's the thing. Here's why. Okay, so Sam Patterson is really high up on the bookies' minds. I mean, they're really giving him a lot of credit because his last victory, he won it over the left hand to God, Danny Barlow. Left hand to God. And he beat a guy who has a left hand to God. So the bookies are all on it. And they're like, this guy beat left hand to God. So this guy is going to be above God, and we need to put the odds appropriately. And I never was high on left-handed God. Okay, left-handed God went out there, I think, barely beat Nikolay Varentikov. It was like 57 strikes to 54 strikes. Left-handed God. Okay, and then who did he go out there and then what? After that, he went there and lost to our boy Sam Patterson. And so, and then Sam Patterson, I want to say, was he an underdog? He was an underdog that fight. And I think I had him in a couple of Tapology picks. And he beats Kiefer Crosby, but he was a favorite to do that. So anyhow, going over to Trey Waters, the guy's never been knocked out. He's not going to be knocked out this fight, but he has been subbed 3 times.
Yeah,
and Sam
Patterson is decent with the sub.
Yeah, he's sneaky with that jiu-jitsu. But if you go even deeper, and maybe now I should just stop there and be like, you know what, Sam Patterson by sub. Let me play that. It's plus 400. But maybe I should go a little deeper and look about when did these happen in their careers? So yeah, he did get Trey Waters did get rear naked choked by somebody who's probably not as good as Sam Patterson, but that was early on in his career. But then he got choked again. That still happened in the amateurs. And then you go up to the professionals, and he's doing his thing until he runs into Gabriel Bonfim and then gets Von Flu choked.
Gabriel Bonfim's good. Great.
Okay, but shout out to my boy Useless, bro. And honestly, I think I stopped watching UFC Prediction Tracker. Oh, bro, we missed you a couple weeks. It's been 3 weeks, guy. Okay, it's good to see you. But the UFC Prediction Tracker guy, I don't watch him anymore because I felt like I feel like some of these guys, to feel secure, some of these cappers, they want to have the same narrative. And I like Useless. If you guys don't know who it is, Kiwi Brew, he's a pretty. I like his original takes, and what he said was kind of the same thing as you. You said that. Oh, there's my boy right there. He said that this is the tallest guy that Sam Patterson has ever fought. Trey Waters. He's taller than Sam Patterson. He's never fought a guy taller than him ever before.
And you know what I noticed? Not to cut you off real quick though. I just want to look at the volume is double. Look, Sam Patterson's volume, strikes landed per minute is 3.17. Trey Waters, 6.43. I didn't know that until I looked at the stats. Dave is gone tonight because
Trey Waters fights long. So if he could stay out of danger, which I honestly want to give him credit. Okay, he got caught by Gabriel Bonfim, but he went a long stretch without getting caught. And here's what I'm thinking: he's been subbed 3 times. But Sam Patterson's fought guys and didn't sub them, and they weren't better than Trey Waters. Okay, so if you go up Sam Patterson's, find the couple fights that are unanimous decisions. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna I'm gonna take the dog. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna have that much of a discrepancy in the striking, and you can look at this a couple ways. You could scare yourself off if you want, and you can say only one of them is a finisher, which Sam Patterson. So you're gonna have to be like clenching your butt cheeks and fucking, just holding on to your nutsack the whole fight, because Waters is, probably not gonna knock him out and is just gonna, stay long, stay rangy. 85% takedown defense. Here's my problem too: is I think Trey Waters, is he the guy that's been taken down by guys from our regular scene? Yeah, like Josh Quinlan took him down. Billy Ray Goff took him down. Okay, so that gives me some pause. That gives me some pause. I think I'm just being greedy, and I'm still gonna pick Trey Waters, but I'm not gonna say it's easy money. Okay, because there's always gonna be this danger factor.
I know. Trey Waters.
I feel more confident in Renat. I do. I feel more confident in Renat. I'm picking Trey Waters.
England.
I'm picking Trey Waters, and if he can just not get subbed. If he could just not get subbed. So, anyways, I'm going to go with Trey Waters.
I got you. I'm with you, buddy. Confident. I'm with you. Plus money on that. What that last fight? Did you take Brad Tavares? You did, right? You switched your pick?
Yeah, I made the sensible choice. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Perfect. So we're both on the plus money there on Trey Waters. All right, moving on. Next, moving up the card. I'm feeling kind of crappy today, so I'm kind of moving fast through these. But anyway, moving up the card. Next we have 155-pound fight between Cowie Fernandez and short notice Harry Houdini Hardwick. This is not going to be. This is what is the line on this? Has got to be ridiculous.
It's bettable.
Tapology
it's
has
bettable.
It minus 175 for Cowie Fernandez. That's crazy. Harry Hardwick, Houdini Hardwick. This guy, did he come in like real short notice, like this week or something? But he's coming out of England, United Kingdom.
You know.
So what? He's coming out of he's got a nice run here though. It's 13-3-1. Let's check him out. Let's see if he's fought anybody worth a shit. And we'll go through, look at his, see if he's fighting real people or just these. Okay. So, all right, he's in Cage Warriors, not bad, against 12-5 Javier Garcia, 11-1 Kawani Lopez, Orlando Prinz 5-2, and then it starts getting a little shadier here: 6-0, 18-0, 7-0, 11-7. No names that stick out. I haven't seen anything that's like, oh my god, he fought this guy. But no, all I can say is, oh my god, he lost to Blaine O'Driscoll. I don't fucking know that guy. So we got this guy that's coming in UFC debut against Cowie Fernandez, who is underrated. I think Cowie Fernandez 10-2, right? And this guy, I remember his last fight. He was against Guram Kutladze. He was the underdog there. I picked him right. I picked Cowie Fernandez. Before that, he beat Muhammad Yahya. He lost to Mark Diakase. That's what caused the plus money, I think. That's not, you don't want to lose to that dude. And that was his UFC debut. So you got to kind of he maybe had the jitters, whatever. He's got LFA experience against 21-5, 6-0. Better guys than over there in Cage Warriors, I'd like to say. Can't say for sure, but I think so. I would put LFA about equal to Cage Warriors, probably just a different country. So, but anyway, I think Cowie Fernandez is going to walk right through Harry Hardwick. I don't think, and wait till you see these face-offs. Harry Hardwick's just a little guy. Share this tab instead. What? Yeah. So, I'm on Cowie Fernandez. Real fight picks. You tell me what you're going to do, especially after you see Mr. Houdini come up here. Harry Houdini Hardwick.
Hey, you know what? I only watch.
Yes, Guram was a fraud. I picked Guram on the
two
show?
channels these days.
Yeah, maybe I did. I don't know. I thought I picked Cowie Fernandez. I can't remember.
Hey, but didn't Guram beat? He beat Demir Ismagulov, right?
Ismagulov, the guy with the tick. That guy. Yeah. Look at this guy. He looks special right there. His face is asymmetrical. Look at it right there.
We have the same chest.
That's a face only a mother.
That's the kind of chest I have right there.
And look at now right here. No, who looks soy and who looks alpha? Cowie Fernandez looks
right now. He's
alpha.
Thinking, "Damn, I didn't know you were that small. You're this small."
This guy looks like who's that? Who's the dude that hangs out with Bryce Mitchell? Cunningham.
I know you're talking about.
No. You know who this guy looks like? Who's the guy aggressive. That?
He has no skills, but he goes for it.
Yeah,
he did drugs and stuff. He bounced back. He has no skills, but he's just so aggressive and he wins like that. I know who you're talking about. I don't know.
But this guy right here, look at that guy is not gonna win. He's not gonna win. Just that face right there. I cannot. Trevor Peek, thank you. You thank you, Trevor Peek. That's who I'm thinking of. He looks like a Wish version of Trevor Peek, and Trevor Peek's a Wish version of somebody else. Anyway, it's not. He's like a B version of a B fighter. That's what he looks like. So I can't take the Temu version of Trevor Peek to beat Cowie Fernandez. I just can't do it. Maybe I did pick Guram Kutladze to over Cowie Fernandez, but lesson learned. I'll never do that again. So anyway, are you picking homeboy here from
Fuck no. I wish I would have listened to some more podcasts because I guarantee you, like, people are being like, "Oh, he's dangerous," blah 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 blah. Even I asked ChatGPT, like, "Hey, ChatGPT, what do you think of Kyle Fernandez and Harry Hardwick today?" And ChatGPT is like, "Oh, Harry Hardwick, all the way. His pressure is going to be too much."
Oh, see, AI doesn't know either, but because Kyle Fernandez is gonna walk through this dude, I'm telling you, he's gonna do what he wants. He's gonna. I'm taking inside the distance, like KO.
Hey, you know what's
Maybe
crazy?
one is round
This
one or
guy
two.
fights.
I
This guy
apologize.
Harry
Say
Hardwick.
KO 2.
Hey, he fights like, you know how he fights? He fights like Dreekus. He switches his stance at the wrong times. You're gonna see, bro. It's so funny. Like, he fights
maybe.
so
I've never
weird.
seen this guy fight, so I can't. I'm looking forward to it. He's decent against these no names from Cage Warriors.
But he gets his ass
right.
beat to get those wins. Like, it's not clean even. Like how Kyrie, he's super green. I think he'll be good, but I think Kyrie's too clean. I think his kicks alone would just destroy.
From Nova União, and this other guy's from Middlesbrough Fight Academy.
Yeah, it sounds like a school. Like
it does, right?
So military school or something.
And what was the odds on here? According to Tapology, minus 175 for Kyle Hernandez. That's totally playable for me. I'm going to be shocked if Harry Hardwick wins. I'll be shocked.
He likes to punch off the wrong foot. If he wins, I mean, he's gonna get his ass.
I heard he's quick to take the back if you do like a spinning back fist and miss. He's quick to jump on your back. Heard that. Anyway, moving up to the card to the big boys, the heavyweights. We got Marcin Tybura taking on Ante Delija. Ante Delija, he's from, what is it, PFL, I think, maybe. Okay.
I don't know, but
Marcin
I learned this from watching.
Everybody knows Marcin Tybura with that slick haircut. 27-9. He's been around the block. He's been fraud checking newcomers. But Ante Delija might be a newcomer to the UFC. However, he is not a newcomer to fighting. Where's that? FNC. Who cares? But yeah, here we go. PFL. In PFL, he fought and beat some decent guys. He beat Maurice Green. That's the crochet guy. What's his name? Or something, basket weaving. I don't know. Forgot. Crochet master. Crochet boss. That's such a weird thing. Renan Ferreira. That's probably his best win. 3 years ago, he knocked out Renan Ferreira, Ante Delija. So this guy, even though he might be a newcomer to UFC, he's been around the blocks. 25-6. So look to Marcin Tybura's 27-9. However, Marcin Tybura, a lot of his fights have already been in the UFC. This is not new. This is old hat to our boy here, Marcin Tybura. Let's see his most recent. Beat Mick Parkin, who I don't even know why Mick Parkin got cut. I don't get it. I still don't understand that. He beat Yanada Deniz, lost to Sergey Spivak, beat Tai Tuivasa. Lost to Tom Aspinall. Okay. I mean, I love that win. Alexander Romanov. They were both undefeated. That was a good. Oh, he was not undefeated, but Alexander Romanov was undefeated. And that was a good fight because I think he came in at plus money, and I won money on Marcin Tybura. But look how far you got to go back to. You still know these names: Ben Rothwell, Sergey Spivak, Andre Arlovski. Keep going back, and you have to go back to like 20. Oh, look, it's a rematch. Weird. He already beat Ante Delija by leg injury back in 2015, 10 years ago. That's what I was looking for. It's a long way to get to this just to see this. I didn't know it was so long ago, but I knew this was a rematch, and it was a leg injury. It's kind of fluky though, so that's why you can't rest a lot onto that fight. But the quality of opponents that he's beat and lost to, I think, are a step above Mr. Delija, Ante, whatever. This guy, let's look at his quality of fighters. All right, PFL, KSW, Ryzen, not bad, not bad. Not UFC, but not bad. Okay, 15, 7, 13, 5, 26 and 6, 8 and 2. Still no names. Ollie Thompson, 20 and 11. No names are looking familiar until you get to Marcin Tybura, the M1 challenge. So, yeah, just by name quality, the resumes, I got to take the veteran experience, UFC veteran experience of my Marcin Tybura. I think he's going to do enough.
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy is I think Tybura is the underdog.
Really? That would be fantastic if he is. And no, he's it's near even. They're both minus number. Yeah, he is slight underdog. They're near even.
Hey, but I think the live line is plus 107 or 105 now. It like moved. So he's literally the underdog.
I'm gonna check on DraftKings in just a second. But as you give your breakdown, look at that guy, Trevor Peak wannabe.
Trevor Peak Timu.
Hello, Mike.
Hey.
All right. Anyway, Marcin Tybura. Oh, there's our boy. Looking decent, good shape. And you know what? In the face-offs, he does look better than Marcin Tybura. Marcin Tybura is looking like dad bod right here, looking like he don't really put it in. You can't. It's just the knowledge, the experience. It's all there for Tybura. He might be going through the motions, but this is a motion he's used to going through. And right there, he's just looking. Yeah, Delusia wins this face-off right there, just because hands on my hips. Still, Tybura's all like slouchy and shit. You know what I mean? So I'm still taking Tybura, but not because of this face-off. If I was a casual and didn't know shit about neither one of these guys and looked at the face-off, I'd say I want the skinnier guy. I want the guy that doesn't look like he just rolled out of the bed. You know, Tybura looks like he just came off the couch. I don't like that. But what do you got? Oh, I did hear that, Gerald. I forgot. Cody Saftik from Bookie Beatdown said, Delusia trains with Aspinall. He did say that. So that's something to take into. Man, that just might flip my whole shit. I just totally forgot about that. He does live. Oh, man. Tea and cucumber sandwiches. Tybura has pillow punches. You know what, though? I think Tybura's got better ground game. I think he's going to get ground coverage. He's going to use wrestling. He's got that Polish wrestling. Take him down, blanket coverage where he smothers them when he can't just get. You got a big 265-pound guy on top of you. It's hard to get out. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think it's going to go. That's why I still got to side with Tybura despite the whole Aspinall thing and the pillow punches. I think it's going to find its way to the ground, and I'll take the Polish guy on the ground over the British guy. But I don't know, I could be wrong. Race to the takedown. Yes, Gerald. So what are you going to do? Real fight picks.
You know what? No gay stuff, but nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. But no zesty things. But I just wanted to say, Useless, you're the man, bro. If I could chat right here, I would drop your channel.
Man.
But subscribe to his channel.
Want so bad to give Useless a hand job. I know you do.
Nah, bro. I just, he's a good dude.
You do.
And this story's for you, bro. This story's for you, Useless. I'm gonna tell you a quick story about when I bet. I went to Reno, Nevada, and I was at a shitty, smoky sports book, and it was Junior Dos Santos and Stipe Miocic having a rematch for the next week. And I was a casual at the time. And I was like, well, I know Cain Velasquez, Junior Santos became Velasquez. Who the fuck is Stipe Miocic? And the line was favored for Stipe. So JDS was plus money. And I was like, bro, I got to put money on him. All right. And I calculated how much the bus ticket would cost back. And I wasn't even driving. I didn't have a car. And how much the first night for the hotel was. and I put that. I go, I'm gonna come back next week, and I put that down for Junior Dos Santos, and fucking lo and behold, this guy Stipe Miocic comes, and he takes care of business. Now, looking back at it now, I see, you know, what was Junior Dos Santos' weakness? It was wrestling. And that's the thing with this fight right here is like the age thing. It kind of bugs me. The way Marcin Tybura looks kind of bugs me. But this is what I'm falling back on as what gives me my confidence into picking my pick. So I feel like the style, I feel like it's probably a case where Marcin Tybura is better everywhere. And that's different. You know, Miocic was a better wrestler. I didn't hear about this guy. I didn't know he wrestled, and it was a Cleveland collegiate wrestler or whatever the fuck. You know, I didn't know that. And I believe I know that Marcin Tybura is better everywhere. And so maybe the only thing that could win this Ante is his athleticism and youngness in a moment. I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to fall back on the guy who's just better everywhere. This isn't going to happen to me again ever with JDS and Stipe. It was a traumatic experience. So learning from that, I'm picking Marcin Tybura.
Yeah, this Deluja guy, he's a Croatian. Interesting. Anyway, I'm taking the Polish fighter as well. All right. Muhuvin. Did you just say you're taking Anthony Deluja?
No. I just basically went from giving useless to HJ to fucking picking Marcin Tybura. Like, let's go.
All right. Moving on up the card.
I'm sorry, useless, bro. I'm sorry. This is an X-rated channel. I told you that.
He doesn't give a shit. Moving up the card, we got the French fighter, Umar Sy. He's going to have the whole crowd behind him against Brenton Ribeiro. The Brazilian comes in here as a sizable underdog, I think, the last time I checked. Let's see. Oh, yeah, plus 360 for Ribeiro. Umar Sy, minus 500, heavy favorite coming out of France. They're both 29 years old. Umar Sy, Bulgarian top team. He is I would say, the better striker. Brenton Ribeiro, oh, man, I don't know whereabouts he's better. I don't. That's why the line is so wide. But we're gonna break it down nonetheless. I'm on Sy, but man, I don't like minus 500. That's ridiculous, especially against the 17-8 fighter in Ribeiro. All right, let's look at the underdog first. Brenton Ribeiro, the Gorilla, 17-8. Evolucao. That's a decent facility to train at. But it says Brazilian TKO. But the picture shows Evolucao behind him. But then you go here. We have to look at his Instagram to find out where he truly trains at, but I don't have time. I don't have time for that shit. All right, he's coming off a loss to Azamat Murzakanov. Got knocked out, ground strikes. Before that, he was beating this guy, Dayar Ngozi, who was fraud checked. Kyle Machado, split decision. Ugh. I mean, he's not horrible because he's got some good wins here. He beat Bruno Lopez. And even before that, he's got some never mind. I thought he had some people in his past that were some big names, but I guess not. So all right, I was mistaken. He hasn't really beat anybody very good. Umar Sy, though, who's this guy beat? Let's check it out. Is he worth minus 500? He's 11-1.
Yes.
Bulgarian top team. Okay, he beat Alonzo. He lost to Alonzo Menefield in his UFC third fight. Was it third fight? Yeah, his debut. He beat Tuko Tokos. George Tokos is not that great. That's not. Then he beat Da Woon Jung, who is overrated Korean. And I'm a Korean, so I love Korean fighters. Da Woon Jung is not that good. He's hyped. He's not as good as he should be. Seda, look at him. Yeah, Da Woon Jung got pieced up by who's Mr. Slow. Look at the losses Da Woon Jung's got. Come on. So nothing to brag about
Slow
there.
Hernandez, whatever the fuck.
Beaten. I don't know. He was getting housed by a bunch of these people that I lost so much money on Da Woon Jung. unreal. But I'm just saying, Omar Sy is my pick, but 11. Brent Ribeiro does have the experience. He's got a 17-8 record, little bit deeper resume. I just don't see where he's going to have an advantage. I don't think it's going to be in the cardio. I don't think it's going to be. You could probably say grappling. He would have an advantage, but I don't. I think Omar Sy is going to probably knock him out, catch him early-ish. Yeah, round 1 TKO. But that's just my take. What do you think? Real fight.
I could be remembering the Alonzo Menafield fight wrongly, but I want to say it was one of those fights that Menafield barely won. That if there was anybody in danger, it was going to be fucking. It was not Omar Sy. So yeah, it was Alonzo Menafield. It was the one who's kind of like, and maybe in the third round he gassed, I want to say, but like for the first like more minutes of the fight, like, you know, what is the fights are like 15 minutes, so like, you know, more minutes of the fight, it was just more about Sy being the more threatening one. That's just how I felt watching that fight. That's what I remember. And this guy's obviously a specimen. And if there's any fight that the UFC brass sat down and was like, all right, guys, it's time to give the French some blood. They need to eat, guys. What can we do? What fight? What can we set up? Ooh, we got to pick Omar Sy. Okay, who's in his division? Ooh, Brenton Ribeiro. He just got grounded and pounded. We know Omar Sy likes to eat like that. That's his way. He likes his dish. So I think I was trying to look for the UFC stats real quick. Let me see if I could stall for 2 seconds because I want to see. I think somebody shitty.
I got them.
No, you don't got to do it.
I got some.
Keep showing the face-offs.
I got it. It's up here, right here. I got it already up. Omar Sy.
Yeah, look at
Ribeiro.
Yeah, like he got taken down 5 times. All I'm saying is he got taken down. He's taken, you know, you can take him down, you can punch him in the face. You know, he is, you know, he's not completely not dangerous. He beat that guy who has a tick. And I had the other guy, that DR Nugazorov, the one that like scratches his face and punches himself. I had him. Okay, but that guy still took Brenton Ribeiro down twice. So I think this is set up. I mean, why do we even need to talk about it? Honestly, it's like I'm going to be like Dave right now.
On the stats, though, Omar Sy does beat him out everywhere. Like strikes landed, he edges him out a little bit, 3.68 to 3.26. Okay, just a little edge
inside
there.
The distance, guys.
Strikes absorbed, though. The differential way on Omar Sy's side. He's only getting hit 1.8 per minute, where Ribeiro's getting hit 4 times in that same span with less output. So striking advantage definitely goes to Sy. Grappling advantage, takedowns per 15 minutes. Sy 2.2, Ribeiro 0.9, not even a 1. So, and takedown defense 100 to 0. So yeah, he on the stats sheet, Sy beats him out everywhere. It is feels a little trappy to me too, but I'm still taking Sy, and I think he's gonna inside the distance as well. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And you know what? I would just for the fuck of it, if you guys are DGens, you have to play something. Plus 120 under 1.5. Plus money for under 1.5.
Plus 800 on KO for that's a spot though.
That's not gonna happen though. I don't think there's no way Sy's gonna get KO'd.
Probably not.
No way. They're trying to set this up. And what's the best way to put something on a stage? A round 1 victory. So under 1.5, I think is like the smartest play.
All right, I agree, but yeah, Omar Sy's easy. What was he? Let me sign into the stupid DraftKings now. Finally, but as I do that, we'll go into the next. What?
Yeah, going to the next one. I never drink, so I definitely have to use the bathroom for 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, 1 second, chat.
Yeah, hurry up. Hurry the fuck up. Hurry up. He's thinking about you, useless, when he's in the bathroom. All right, moving on. Next, up the card, we have another French fighter in William Gomis. He is taking on Robert Ruchala. Robert Ruchala, 11-1. I do believe he's look at this guy making his UFC debut. He's coming out of KSW. We gotta check this guy. Check this Robert Ruchala out because I don't know dick about him. All right, 11-1. That's a Polish flag, so he's representing Poland. That KSW, that's where that's out of anyway. All right, and let's see who he's fought. Are they bums or are they somebody? Okay, Kakper Formella, 18-4 guy. Patrick Kazmarczyk, 11-2 guy. Saladin Parnasse. Now, this guy I've heard, and he lost to him. This guy has been outside of KSW. I think he was in Bellator, I do believe. I've definitely seen that name before. But that is a loss, so there's nothing great there. Damian Stasiak. That sounds kind of familiar. Anyway, these records aren't the best, but they're not like cab drivers until you get down here. You get down here, then they're like, street merchants and whatever. Till he gets to right about 2022, fight to the night. That's when he starts fighting real 13-8, 20-6, 11-2. So he came into his own, but I don't think he's gonna hold the match against William Gomis. William Gomis is the Jaguar. He's an established kickboxer. He's already had plenty of fights in the UFC. Let's see how many exactly. I know he lost recently to Haider Emil, but he made his debut back in against Jarno Aarons back in 2022. Before that, he was in Aries, UAE Warriors. Decent Cage Warriors. Decent regional scenes here for him. And then got into the UFC, and he went on a little streak here. Look, beat Jarno Aarons in his debut. Beat Francis Fire Marshall by split decision. Giannis Gamori beat him. Beat Joe Anderson Brito by split decision. That's a great win. Then he lost split decision to Haider Emil. But now he's back in France going against this guy that's making his debut. I got to go with the favorite here. I'm sure he's a sizable favorite too. He's coming out of the MMA Factory with Fernando Lopez as coach, one of the best striking coaches in the business. Let's see. I just want to see the lines. I could check on here. All right. Let's see what they look like facing off. How's that? All right. So there's Brenson Ribeiro, and I think the battery in my mouse is starting to die. And Omar Sy, whatever you want to call it. There's that, and then he probably took the mic. Oh,
Sy looks like a specimen, boy.
So does Ribeiro, though. All right, here's this Polish fighter, Robert. What's his name? Ruchala. Robert Ruchala. Yeah, the mini Polish flags. They handed out like mini flags. I saw another guy with a little mini Polish flag too. And there's our hero. Here, William Gomis. Not my hero, but he's the backed guy here, French fighter in Gomis, and he should be able to outpoint this guy. I don't know if he's gonna knock him out or anything, but really colorful tattoos on his arm there for Robert. But yeah, I'm gonna go with William Gomis. Tell me why not. Decision merchant.
I mean, it's a weird nickname, the Faker, for Mr. Robert.
Who's the
Ruchala.
Faker?
That's his nickname. He's a faker.
Oh, really? I didn't see that on Tapology.
Instead of overthinking it,
that?
because he's, if you want to look for his accolades, he's a 2-time KSW interim featherweight champion. So I guess he never got the fucking belt. He lost. He's got multiple performance bonuses, so he's dangerous. He has grappling and jiu-jitsu. He has finishes, both ways. Like, he's a well-rounded fighter. So that always, he's a fighter. You know what I mean? He's got some skills. Gomes has, to me, is, I don't want to like I said, I want to overthink it. He's the pick, right? Because regardless of the things that I just said about Mr. Ruchala, the Polish guy, he's unproven. And Gomes at least has some victories, a bunch of takedowns in the UFC. He's the bigger guy. They're in France. He's probably feeling the best he's felt, and he wants to show out. And so, I mean, how can you pick Robert Ruchala? So how could you do that? So I got to go with Gomes. I'm hoping this is just an easy one that we can just pick on Tapology and it's an automatic win.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
And honestly, the line's not bad. I would say this is probably one that you want to
minus 275 for Gomes. That's kind of bad.
Terrible.
Almost 3-1. He's not like a lock. I don't know enough about this guy, Robert, to lock Gomes. But anyway, I'm with you, William Gomes. All right, moving on up the card. Next, we have featherweight fight between Patricio Pitbull taking on another up and debutante, right? In what's his name? Oh, I missed a fight. A different order. My bad. Moving up the card, we have Axel Sola taking on Reese McKee. That's next on the card. I have the old Tapology, so it's different order. Okay, Axel Sola, Reese McKee. These guys, Axel Sola, isn't he making his debut here? His UFC debut? I do believe so. Yes, he's coming out of Aries, as you can see there, coming off a win against some Giles Odelha. Then before that, Lucas Child. None of these names I know. Nobody I know. Damir Imavov. Oh, Daguir Imavov. That's Nasruddin Imavov's brother right there. Daguir, that I'm highlighting. That's Nasruddin Imavov's brother, by the way. Okay, Reese McKee Skeletor coming off a win against in the UFC against Daniel Frunza. Before that, he took back-to-back losses. Once to Chidi Njokwani, the other one to Angelusa. And before that, he was in the Cage Warriors beating some, regular nobody special. All right. So we get the Irish fighter going against the French fighter. Their lines fairly close. Axel Sola is a slight favorite. Reese McKee plus 110. I just, the thing that gets me is McKee does have a win in the UFC. This guy is coming out of Aries against these guys that we got to take a little closer look at Axel Sola before I talk shit about him. He does have a belt on there, Aries belt, but let's see the competition that he's been beaten. He's hasn't taken an L yet, so that's good. He's beaten him by unanimous decision, round 2 crucifix. That's good. Ground and pound, a draw. Punches. I mean, man, I don't know enough about this dude to fade him or to go for him. I know a little bit about Reese McKee though, and what I know about him, I'm not impressed. So I don't. That's why I just yuck. This is a shitty fight to have to break down. But Reese McKee, let's see quickly. Daniel Frunza, who I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't know why he got in the UFC. That was a performance of the night. All right. Lost. Jim Wallhead, Cage Warriors. Justin Burleson, this guy, it's a familiar name. Okay. Lost to Alex Morono. Kamzat, the given. All right. But lost to Alex Morono. You don't want that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go with the newcomer, Axel Sola. Reese McKee's just never impressed me ever, and I can't back somebody that I can't back Skeletor. I'm gonna go with Axel Sola. What do you think about this fight? Real Fight Picks.
bro. This guy, he fought in that IMMF deal. The Sola guy, and
Oh
he
yeah.
won silver twice. Wow, what are these guys who won gold? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are those guys? I want to look that up. But he won twice, and then he cleaned out that division, which was the welterweight division. So then he moved up to the middleweight division, and he was just as big as those guys there, and was just as strong. And he was kind of manhandling them with the wrestling. I watched a little bit, and this dude, he could wrestle. He could wrestle really good. He wrestles better than Alex Morono, and Alex Morono took down Reese McKee 3 times, and somebody else took down Reese McKee a bunch of times. So I really think they're trying to set up this guy. You know, he looks weird the way he stands, like he's got autism right there, but he's actually a decent wrestler. He's got the double leg, and he's just like, he's relentless with it too. He will not stop.
He didn't take his shirt off
because he's a skinny,
How come he don't have a shirt off?
shape. He's got his ribs sticking out.
Skeletor.
Yep. But
that's a fade. Fade that. That's why I'm picking Axel Sola right there.
Me too, bro. Fuck that shirt.
Yeah, fuck that shirt. That's right. All right. What was the odds on that real quick? Let me see. I'm still waiting for a verify your phone number thing. It hasn't come through. Or whatever. I'll check on
want me to check?
Tapology. I got it right here. Tapology odds. We're just going by Tapology. I'll sign into DraftKings a little bit later. All right. Yeah. Sola is minus 135. And McKee is plus 110. Pretty much even. All right. Moving on up the card. Next we have Borralho taking on Mason Jones. Now this is a good one. Borralho, was he the something warrior? Like what's his name? The Zulu warrior taking on Mason the Dragon Jones. Borralho is coming off good win against Michael Aswell, unanimous decision in the UFC. He did take a loss to Chris Duncan before that. Had his UFC debut against Timmy Kwamba. Now this fight, he won it, but boy, didn't look good. Timmy Kwamba, not known for his wrestling, took down Borralho round 2 and had 2 minutes of control time against Timmy Kwamba. Come on. That's why I think I might take the slight favorite in Mason Jones to get it done using via wrestling. I know I don't like British or Welsh wrestlers. I don't like wrestlers that come out of the UK at all because they're just, it's not as good as American wrestling. I'm just sorry to say it. It's just not. But I think Mason Jones's wrestling is decent enough to be able to take down Borralho. If Timmy Kwamba here can take down Borralho, Mason Jones definitely can. That's no doubt about that. So I'm going to go with Mason Jones to get the win, and at minus 140 all day. I'll put that in a parlay. He's one of my more confident picks over Borralho. I mean, if it stays standing up, Borralho is the better striker, and he's got power in both hands. He could catch him and put Mason Jones out, but I don't think that's going to happen. Mason Jones, this is his second appearance in the UFC, right? He was in, then he got kicked out, and then he came back, right? Yeah, yes, for sure. Cage Warriors came into the UFC, didn't do so hot, lost to Mike Davis, had a no contest against Alan Patrick. Then beat David Onama, who sucks. Lost to Ludwig Klein, got cut, went back to Cage Warriors, kicked the shit out of all these guys and Jeremy Stevens. And now he's got Borralho. So, yeah, I think the reemergence of Mason Jones into the UFC is a good one, and I think he's going to beat Blagioki. What do you think about this fight?
All right. Basically, I'm going to ride on your confidence. I'm really picking this fight because I was on the fence. One second. Anyways, I was really picking this fight. I wasn't expecting somebody, so kind of caught me off guard. Sorry, chat. Sorry, Ranj. I'm gonna go with Mason Jones, man. I'm gonna ride off of the your confidence because I was really, I felt like the odds were right. It's pretty evenly lined. Honestly, I didn't have a, like you said, Oki's a better striker. Jones chain wrestling. Oki might be able to, fend off those takedowns, and then what? That's what I was thinking. But the more you talk, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and ride on your confidence. And I will say this, he's going to be fighting closer to his hometown. You got to think he's probably fought some of those fights in America, maybe. I didn't really look to see where all his fights were, but I'm assuming he's had, a handful of fights. Some of those had to be probably not in England. And he's going to have his best
not the Cage Warrior ones. The Cage Warrior ones are all over there.
Well, I mean, in France, he's going to be in France, but didn't he fight in America? Probably. I want to say we don't think about that enough. I try to look it up for every fight now. Like when I'm capping, I try to see sorry guys, has this fighter ever fought overseas? And that's when I learned that.
Well, both these guys are from. Look, he's from Blagioki's from like Belgium or something. He's fighting out of Belgium or something. So they're both European,
okay.
and so it doesn't really. There's no really home advantage for these guys. They're both out of Europe.
I think this could be a great scrap. I mean, you can't be so confident about every fight. Actually, if you're probably the smartest of cappers, you're going to realize that this fight's pretty even, and so I don't have a big.
Is this fight going distance? I believe so. I believe so. I think.
Yeah, me too.
I think Mason Jones is going to use his blanket coverage and smother wrestle. And you get control time, maybe a little ground pound, but not for a finish. That's what I.
Hey, to be fair,
if it does get finished, Blagioki's going to win. If it's a finish, I think.
Oki was doing pretty good against Chris Duncan until he got guillotine.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to go Mason Jones. It's a tough fight. If fight goes a distance, I'm going to look that up. That's probably the smartest way to play it.
That maybe. All right, moving on. Next, we have up the card. I better check the order on Tapology because I've been wrong already. So, up the card, we have here we are. Modestas Bukauskas taking on Paul Craig. Ugh. Now, this one, everybody's all over Modestas Bukauskas because Paul Craig, why is he? He's a one-trick pony. Everybody knows it. He's one of those come into my garden, I'll choke you out type guys. He hasn't won in forever. He hasn't won in 2 years. That was Andre Muniz, ground and pound TKO. Andre Muniz must feel like Dookie after that fight. He lost to Brandon Allen, Kyle Borralho, Bo Nickel. All right, all comparable good fighters. He had most recently no contest against Rodolfo Bellato, which, I think, I haven't picked Paul Craig ever in my life. Even in the wins, I still never picked him. I'm not going to start now. I think Modestas Bukauskas is going to pretty much have his way. Definitely on the feet, way better on the feet. And he's not going to play into Paul Craig's come lay in my guard game and let me try to do some jiu-jitsu on you, because he's not that stupid. That he knows that's the only path to victory Paul Craig has. So I got Modestas Bukauskas to just be a smarter, better fighter everywhere it goes. Look at the age difference too. 31, 37. Yeah. Same height and reach pretty much. Let's check them out on the face-offs as Real Fight Pick gives his breakdown. I'm going with
so this is the tail.
Though. I'm all over it.
this line can't be close, right?
What's up?
Because this is a tale of two. This the line that can't be close. Look at Paul Craig. I love when he comes out with the Scottish flag. I love Scottish people, by the way.
That's his highlight right there. The face off with the face paint is the highlight. You're not going to see anything more exciting than that right there. That's
he's the best,
excitement
though, right?
you're going to see out of Paul Craig.
He's the GOAT of the face-off.
I don't know. He lava paints his whole body green sometimes. So that shit's who cares. Bukowskis looks way better. Way better. Look.
God
yeah,
damn.
That's right. Alpha.
Look at him. Look at that face-off, though.
Look at
undefeated.
I'm not backing down because you got stupid paint on.
Yeah. Let's touch noses. Fuck it.
Yeah, he is undefeated on face-offs, though. Everyone cowers to Paul Craig's face-off stare. The face-offs. Oh, that's great, though.
I gotta go with the Modestus. We don't have to spend a lot of time. Well. Everything you said is accurate, guy.
No,
if it's playable, I'm playing it. You know, Modestus even surprised all of us when he arm triangled Marcin Preecaaap. You know, that was a back and forth fight. And but yeah, he's got him on the striking, and I don't think Craig's gonna be able to get him down. Hold on. Click on my tongue. That's I'm eating this salty Chinese food right here. Yeah, I gotta go with the Modestus. Bukkake.
Yeah. Bukkake. All right, I like Bukkake too. So moving up the card. Next we have. Did we lose some fights or something? We did. We must have lost. What happened to the Preecaaap Pitbull fight? Where'd that go? Is that off the card now? Did something happen? Oh, it is.
Tapology took it off.
Lucine Keita missed weight. This loser.
I didn't know
what a loser. That was Pitbull was plus money. That was my underdog pick of the card. Underdog pick of the card was Pitbull. He was plus money too. But this Lucine Kate, yeah, cut him. Missed weight. They cut Brian Battle for missing weight. Cut this guy. Anyway, all right. I guess moving up the card. That's why.
Hey, by the way, I heard Brian Battle got signed by PFL. Brian Battle is in the PFL now. Good for him. I bet you'll give him a shit ton of money.
Excel over there. He will. He'll probably get that $1 million, the $1 million thing. All right. Anyway, continue with this. My guts are starting to get, I got bubble guts. Next, we got Benoit Saint Denis, BSD, taking on Mauricio Rufy. Rufy, the Brazilian fighter, comes in at 12-1. He is a slight favorite, I do believe. Let me double check right now on here. Benoit Saint Denis, is plus 150 for BSD. Rufy minus 180. This is according to Tapology here. Rufy is on nice win streak here. Since he's been in the UFC, though, he had his debut a year ago where he beat Jamie Malarkey knocked him out. He had fought James Lientop, which that's not a good look, man. I mean, he beat him unanimous decision, but James Lientop, nothing to brag about. That's not a great win.
I think he beat his ass, though. He just couldn't finish him.
Here's the best win of his career is against Bobby Green or King Green, whatever you want to call him. That's the best win of his career. Now he's taking on God of War, Benoit Saint Denis, who last 5, he beat Thiago Moises. Then he beat Matt Steamroller Fervola, lost to Dustin Poirier. That's where staph infection. I lost because I had staph infection. He was winning the first round. He won the first round. Then, if you want to listen to the narrative, staph infection takes a round to get to you, and then that's where he was weak on antibiotics, whatever. I'm not making excuses for him. He lost. That's that. But he did make a good first round in that fight. We'll give him that. Then he lost to Renato Moicano. Moicano, I watched his show today. He's like, I beat his ass. And by the way, Moicano's all over Rufy on this pick. He thinks Mauricio Rufy is going to knock out Benoit Saint Denis. And most recently, he beat this guy, Kyle Propellich, who I don't even know where he's from. Never heard of the guy before he came to the UFC, so who cares? All right. There's even Stevens on the age. Here's my take though. Let's see what they look like in face-offs. My take is Mauricio Rufy, remember that James Lontop fight. James Lontop took him down and out wrestled him for, I think it was like maybe round 2 or something. He definitely took him down and he out wrestled him, and that's what puts up red flags, because Benoit Saint Denis is a way better wrestler than James Lontop. I'll tell you that. He's definitely he's better at, I don't have the stats up, but I guarantee his takedowns are way better. This guy, they call him one punch, right? Because that's what he's got. He's got he's got slick striking though, very slick striking for Rufy. I just think if Benoit Saint Denis can mix in wrestling and a smart fight IQ and a good game plan, he can edge out a decision here over Rufy. But Rufy, if he catches him, he does, like I said, he's slicker on the feet with a stand-up. Look at that mean mug. Looked like he just had a poop sandwich with extra butter. Ugh. Let's go. I don't know. Let's see how they face off. And so size-wise, I think Benoit Saint Denis a little bit. I'm saying the stats. Let's see. The stats are pretty even, I do believe, like how they match up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning the dog in Benoit Saint Denis. They are in France. Benoit Saint Denis is going to have the entire crowd behind him. Oh, look, Rufy's got 2 inches of reach. Same height, same weight, 2 inches of reach. Strikes landed per minute. Benoit Saint Denis 5.3, Rufy 4.4 or 4.5. So a little edge on volume for Benoit Saint Denis. But here's the big deal. Right here's the big deal. Grappling, takedowns, 4 takedowns per 15 minutes. Rufy, 0. Takedown accuracy, 39%. 0. Takedown defense, 70% to 100%. But I don't think, I thought Lontop took him down. I guess not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But has anyone challenged him on the wrestling? Obviously not, if he's got 100% takedown defense. So, yeah, I think Benoit Saint... Oh, you know what it was? He stuffed like 6 attempts from Lontop. That's what it was. He stuffed 6 takedown attempts. That's why he's at 100%. But James Lontop's not nearly the good a wrestler as Benoit Saint Denis. So I think I'm going to lean Benoit Saint Denis just because of this grappling advantage. And hopefully he's smart enough that he will use it. He is like a French special forces guy. So you got to think he would know his fight IQ's got to be up there with, amongst the best. He does it before he was a fighter, he was a soldier. Soldiers have good fight IQ. So that's my pick. What do you think about this one? RFP.
Man, I don't like I didn't like Rufy as much when I started watching him fight, because he fights exactly like Conor McGregor. Like, why do you gotta embody this guy's fight stance? Why can't you just stand your own way? Like, you're standing like and fighting just like Conor McGregor. And I didn't like that, because I feel like you're not standing how you were born to fight. You're literally copying Conor. I didn't like it. And I didn't like how Benoit Saint Denis celebrated, how much he celebrated beating Kyle Prepelec. I mean, he acted like he won the World Series and that he was a wild card team. It was fucking crazy. So I'm mad at him too. And that's like what you get, you know what I mean, is how you fight and practice. So I feel like he's not challenging himself. That was a challenge for Rufy to fight Bobby King Green. And he's got 100% takedown defense. So if, Benoit Saint Denis goes out and fucking blows his wad trying to get a bunch of takedowns to impress his fucking people, which he's going to fight his ass off because it's in France. And that's the only reason why I want to take him. I'm going to pick with my brain. And I'm going to pick Mauricio Rufy because I think that Dana, when he watches Rufy and he sees Conor's stance, he sees a dollar sign. He sees the reincarnation of the whole movement, a whole new era. Maybe this is the new Conor. And he's going to be on a nice, Benoit Saint Denis is a name now, but I honestly think the UFC, why would they give him Preecaaap? That doesn't even make sense. It's like they don't want him to, usually when you build somebody up, you want him to fight somebody good, but that's too much of a fucking dead body to throw in front of somebody like Benoit Saint Denis. So this guy's breathing and he's alive. And I'm gonna go with Rufy. I really don't want to, and I have in my Tapology, if you want to look at it, I have Benoit Saint Denis right now because I feel the same way as you, Ranj, and I really do want to take him because it's plus money. It's an opportunity, But right. I don't think his little rugged special armed forces wrestling is going to work. And if Moicano, I feel like if Rufy and Moicano fight, that Rufy wins. So Moicano already beat BDS. I feel like that was his ceiling. He's a wild man, and I love his fighting style, and he's always on the go, and he's a wild man, and he sometimes shocks me with what he can do, how he manhandled Poirier in the first round. I was like, damn, I think that's when the UFC was trying to push him, and that was his only push he was ever going to get. And now it's just like, why don't you fight Preecaaap? So I got Rufy. Look at him.
Yeah,
look, he's not covering his body. He's
I'm not confident with it, but I got to take the plus money. I got to take the home team, the French fighter in Paris. Last time they fought in Paris, I think every favorite won. I'm just saying.
The fighting nerd, bro. That's where it's at. I know,
the fighting nerd. We might do a fighting nerd parlay. We're gonna do like maybe a Brazilian.
That'd be great.
Parlay. We do a Brazilian parlay. Anyway, let's move on to the main event so we can do these niche parlays. I can't believe Patricio Pitbull's off. Man, that was my big underdog play. The card, unreal.
That's weird. I didn't know that. I didn't even watch the real weigh-ins. I need to go do my research backwards. Now after this, I really want to watch the real weigh-ins just to see how everybody looked, see how sucked up they were.
All right, Gerald Lynch. Good luck. Best of luck tomorrow.
Appreciate you coming by, boss. Have fun fishing. The bite has fired up. All right. Enjoy. Right.
Moving on. Next, we have the main event. We got Nasruddin Imavov, the Russian sniper, taking on Kyle Borralho, the leader of the fighting nerds, the natural Kyle Borralho. This one I've been back and forth all week. This is pretty much what I think it comes to. Similar to what I just said about Benoit Saint Denis and somebody else. Oh, and Mason Jones as well. If Kyle Borralho implements his wrestling and grappling and jiu-jitsu, he should be able to outshine Nasruddin Imavov. This Russian sniper, if he keeps it standing, he's not going to be like Khalil Roundtree. Or is that the last fight that Borralho won? Jared Cannonier. My bad. He's not going to be like Jared Cannonier. That's where Kyle Borralho's like, see, I can strike too. And he just stayed striking with Jared Cannonier, and he won. Decision. But if he does that game with Nasruddin Imavov, he'll lose. Hopefully, the fighting nerds are really nerdy on their fight study and realize that. And Borralho does implement some takedowns and jiu-jitsu and grappling and, the sprawl type of, if he implements grappling into his game plan, he should be able to beat Nasruddin Imavov because that's where it's a big advantage for Borralho is on the grappling side of things. Standing up, he's not going to hold the match to Nash. They call him the sniper because he's on point with his target. He always hits his target. He's good. But I have seen Nasruddin Imavov gas out where I have not seen Borralho gas out as bad. So I see flaws in some of these. I've seen holes in his game in some of these victories here, where he has gassed out a little bit, and just he made me like I'm like, come on, dude, pick up the pace. It's just like one of those frustrating guys to watch. Well, Borralho, I've yet to. He's always performed better than I expected. I bet against him, Jared Cannonier, to be honest with you, and he surprised me there, especially standing up with him the whole time. I took him against Paul Craig, of course, but yeah, I got Borralho here edging out. It's going to be a tough, close decision, but I got him edging out as a decision win over Imavov. What do you got for this final main event?
It's kind of tough, man. It's really tough. You got Nasruddin Imavov lost me like $18,000. I did a big tournament, the big one. It was like a $8 one, and I was gonna have the most what do you call it? The premium lineup out of everybody, thousands of people. I was gonna win 18,000, and he lost to Sean Strickland. And Sean Strickland came in on 3 days' notice. So I mean that was crazy. But then he lost to Chris Curtis. Oh no, what was that? No contest. Anyways, he went on. He's beaten Roman Doldiz, Jared Cannonier as well, Brendan Allen, and knocked out Israel Adesanya. I mean, to knock out Izzy, boy. I mean, you're going to feel some type of confidence. You're going to be fighting in your hometown, so you're going to be more on point than ever. And I honestly feel, I mean, Kyle Borralho, I mean, he deserves the title shot if he wins this fight right here. But he has relentless pressure. He's also a chain wrestler. But like you said, against Jared Cannonier, he can also be the better striker. But let's just, Jared Cannonier is up there in age. I mean, Nasruddin Imavov is going to be faster than Jared Cannonier. He's going to be able to stuff takedowns and react off of that faster than Jared Cannonier.
He's Russian, but he's not a Dagestani wrestler. I'll tell you that. He's not. He is not.
I was back and forth because I can see, because they both put up volume. And, Cannonier, you could say is Cannonier. Kyle Borralho, you could say is more well-rounded. Because what if he's just a touch behind in the striking, but he's miles ahead in everything else, wrestling and grappling? He's going to be like on his back. That's all Kyle Borralho does is just wrestle like a monkey. And he knows, where you're going to be at. I can see that.
What are they saying?
But you know what? Something's telling me, bro. And this is probably not when it's a good time to bet, when it's just something's telling me, but I'm going to pick Nasruddin Imavov. And I want to say he is the dog. Okay. And I want to say that's probably the
Fair
reason.
Enough. He's what a
great
plus 110 on Tapology.
What a great fight.
Borralho's minus 135. Really close.
It's nice to dig into fights and realize they're going to be bangers. I like doing that. When you realize, it's going to be low key. It's going to be a banger. A lot of these fights are going to be badass. Like Renat Bakardinov.
Okay.
And the Andreas Gustafsson.
Sweet.
That's
all right. Let's do our three-leg parlay for the show. We're in agreement in a lot of these. We're going to try to chase some plus money though. So, and I'm not going to take the confident plus money. All right. So starting from the beginning, we have a t-shirt bet. I'm taking Sam Hughes. You're taking Shauna Bannon. Thank you for the t-shirt. Then we both on Renat Fakhretdinov. He's plus 105. That's plus money. Okay. Not 100 fully confident, but I do like that pick. Okay. Next, we're both on Brad Tavares minus 220. I'm confident that he's going to beat the shit out of that Robert Brychek. This guy, this Polish fighter, I don't even know who the fuck. We're on underdog Trey Waters, but not confident enough to put it in the parlay. But that is a nice play. I like that Trey Waters. Everyone's down on him. Everyone's putting Sam Patterson on some sort of pedestal, and I don't know why. Oh, look, Dave's there. Oh, he must have been doped out on his leg.
Hey, enjoy that, bro. Pain free.
We're both on Cowie Fernandez heavy, and he's minus 175. He's not 2-1 against this Harry Houdini Hardwick. That might be a play, right? We're both on Marcin Tybura over Ante Delija, but that one I don't like how he looked in the face-off, so that one's not going to make it.
Like big ass titties.
Yeah, sloppy. He looked like he just rolled off his couch and stood on the scale for real. We're both on Omar's side, but that's a ridiculous line. He's like minus 500. Can't do that. We're both on William Gomis, but he's minus 275. We can do better. We're both on Axel Sola. He's minus 135. Skeletor Reese McKee, but I'm picking Axel Sola because Reese McKee wore a stupid shirt to the face-off. So
Axel Sola is an amazing wrestler, and
Reese but McKee gets
taken down by a gust of wind.
I just don't like debutantes, though. I don't like putting faith in some guy that's making his debut against a guy.
Yeah.
Reese McKee's already been there, and he's already got a win in the UFC, so I can't.
He could low-key freeze up on the big stage, even though he's from there. He still could on the UFC stage, you know.
Yeah, he could take a big shit right in your parlay too. So keep him off. I like Mason Jones minus 140 over Blagioki. I love that pick, actually. That one, I'm going to put a star by it. I'm pushing for that one. We're both on Modestas Bukauskas over Paul Craig. I forgot to look what the odds were on that one, but I'm sure it's probably pretty beefy. Let's see what they are on Tapology. I'm having trouble signing into DraftKings. I'll get there, but it's just like they're supposed to send me a thing on my phone to like a passcode, and they haven't yet. What was it? I'm looking up. Oh, the line for Bukaki and Craig. Okay, Bukaki is a minus 350. Can't do that play. All right, we're split on. I'm taking Benoit Saint Denis. I'm not confident anyway, and you're taking Rufy, and I could go either way. I could take Rufy. Not confident, but I'm taking plus. It's like dog or pass pretty much on that situation. And I'm taking Kyle Borralho because I think he's going to implement his grappling where he's got the advantage over Imavov fight IQ. I'll take that. So the ones we agree upon that are within playable range, we've got to choose out of Mason Jones, Alex Sola, William Gomi. What's Marcin Tybura's line? I don't want to do that one. I don't want Marcin anyway. So who cares? Cowie Fernandez. Trey Waters, not doing that one. Brad Tavares.
Hey, bro. Hey, dude. As bad as we roasted Timu Trevor Peak, we have to fucking pick Cowie Fernandez, dude. I mean, that was like a whole moment. You're like, what was fucking?
Yeah, for sure. Cowie Fernandez.
Mitchell's butt buddy.
All right, I'm circling his name. We got Cowie then. Cowie Fernandez. I like the.
You know what? To be honest with you, I'm kind of sad he's not fighting Faraz Ziam because I still was thinking about picking Cowie Fernandez plus 300.
Big plus money. Yeah, big plus money for that. I like Brad Tavares against this Brychek guy. I think this guy's going to get fraud checked. Robert Brychek is going to get fraud checked.
I'm good with that.
All right, and Brad Tavares minus 220, which is kind of steep, but whatever. And finally, it's out of either Renat Fakhretdinov, he's plus money, or William Gomis, who's like almost minus 300. Axel Sola, he's still there. And Mason Jones. I like the Mason Jones. Mason Jones, dude.
Let's do it. Are we doing 4? I thought we had 3 already.
No, we got Mason Jones, Cowie Fernandez, and Brad Tavares. I'm going to put it into, if I could ever sign in here, I'm going to put it in here and try to, oh man, log in. I'll try again. Walter Way. Yeah, it's asking for a code. I have to put it on my phone, I guess. But anyway, so Mason Jones is minus 140. I'm gonna do this on my phone, and then I'm just gonna have to type it in. Unreal, stupid computer. Who do we say? We said Brad Tavares minus 218. Mason Jones is minus 130, and our last guy was Cowie Fernandez, and he is minus 198. So all those together come out to be plus 288. Let me type this in quick. Plus money junkie parlay. It's going to be a pain in the ass right here. All right, so that's no, done. My bets. All right, just bear with me. Brad Tavares. Oh,
I got plus 300 for that.
Plus 288 is what DraftKings Sportsbook. I just made the bet. Plus 288. We got Brad Tavares. Mason Jones, Cowie Fernandez. There it is. I'm sorry that I couldn't get it onto DraftKings for some reason. I can't sign in through the computer. But there we go. Plus Money Junkie Parlay for the show. We won last week's All-American Parlay, or the week before. Thank you, Gerald Lynch, for tuning me in on that. He's on Instagram messaged and said we killed it on that. And that was like a 4-legger too. But this is for the show. Best of luck tomorrow, guys. I'm sorry I was a little under the weather today. And Dave's sorry that he missed Real Fight Picks. Thank you, of course, always. Everybody in the chat, thank you for tuning in.
You, chat.
And
for sure.
Yeah, best of luck tomorrow, guys. Looking forward to it. All right. Real Fight Picks. I'll see you next week. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. Take it easy.
I'm out. Later.
Good night. Peace.